Hello, and today I'll introduce you the TV series JAG in 1995. I'll tell you about the original names and ages of the actors and how they changed in 2022. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Alright, let's get started. Lieutenant Harriet Sims is played by Carrie Turner. She replaced her future husband, Bud Roberts, as the public affairs officer at the USS Seahawk and later became part of the administrative staff at JAG headquarters. She comes from a wealthy family but doesn't approve of her joining the Navy. Harriet is very cheerful and gets along with most people, especially Harm and Mac. In 1997, she was 31 years old and now she's 56 years old.
You have to meet this dog, Aunt Mickey. She's so awesome.
You always were a sucker for dogs. Maybe it's time we get you one.
You mean it?
You have to take care of it.
Bud Roberts Jr. is played by Patrick Labioto. He was the second lieutenant in charge of public affairs aboard the USS Seahawk. Bud later became a lawyer for JAG. He has a younger brother, Mikey, who aspired to be an artist before joining the Navy and qualified as a radar and gun technician before being admitted to the Naval Academy as a Marine. In 1995, he was 30 years old and now he's 57 years old.
Here, looks like nothing. It's just a bunch of hills and dirt and it's hot as heck. And so I'm like, okay, when are we going to read? And I guess we're reading for Michael.
Sarah Mackenzie is played by Catherine Bell. She was a maritime lawyer who later became chief of staff under Jack Whitten and Creswell, partnered with Harm and later became his best friend, and constantly dealt with everything between the two of them. Mac is eloquent and very tenacious in the courtroom for justice, but somehow gets into trouble with the men in her life. In 1995, she was 27 years old and now she's 54 years old.
Stuff is coming with you,
Right.
and that we're all going to be there, and it doesn't matter if we're in a hotel because we travel so much, or we're in a rented condo in Toronto filming, or wherever the kids and the family.
Harmon Rapp Jr. is played by David James Elliott. He's a Navy aviator turned JAG attorney after being diagnosed with night blindness. His father was shot down in Vietnam and listed as MIA, with Harm's efforts to find him constituting plots for several episodes. He became close friends with Major Sarah Mackenzie, USMC, and their relationship developed over the years. In 1995, he was 35 years old and now he's 62 years old.
Grilling situation and a couple of elements. My Pasquini espresso machine is my favorite machine. It's a dream kitchen, really. There's not much you can't do in here.
Jennifer Coates is played by Zoe McClellan. She's a young woman with a conflicted past. Coates comes from an unhappy family with a very strict and uncompromising father, which means her father abused her. Initially a Harm's customer and an electronics technician aboard the USS Gainesville, she was accused of giving up her position, for which she had to stand trial. In 2001, she was 27 years old and now she's 48 years old.
It's a lot of fun, but it's also work. We're rolling our sleeves up and we're out there and we're memorizing our lines and doing our job. And I view this as a chance to just celebrate.
Sturgis Turner is played by Scott Lawrence. He's a good friend and former classmate of Harm's Naval Academy and a major rival in court. He served on submarine before becoming a lawyer, son of a Navy Chaplain Baptist. Sturgis and Harm played laps and fixed cars together. In 2001, he was 38 years old and now he's 59 years old.
The beginning, the end of the whole thing. And often he would say, let's take this whole thing outside. I don't care how long it takes. And we'd all just fish for the best, just to make it as best as it could be.
Reen Peterson is played by Cindy Ambio. She is a video and documentary director who met Harm while filming a Navy recruitment ad. She becomes jealous of Harm and Mac's friendship and calls Harm about it. She became frustrated that he didn't have an answer. In 2000, she was 35 years old and now she's 57 years old.
He's there while I was doing my probability and statistics on the plane by longhand, no computer, I was actually writing computer.
Rear Admiral Styles Morris is played by Harrison Page. He's a senior judge at JAG with over 16 years in the bench as of 1997. Captain Morris presided over the military trial of a Navy SEAL when Harm, the prosecutor, fired a machine gun into the ceiling of the courtroom. In 1997, he was 56 years old and now he's 81 years old.
my sister Delia. This is my friend Phyllis.
Lieutenant Commander Mike Brumby is played by Trevor Goddard. He is a Royal Australian Navy officer who went to JAG on exchange program. He holds Australian and US citizenship since his mother is American and holds a law degree from Georgetown University. Mike is often referred to as Bugme by Harm. In Australia, he and Harm even got into a fight with Mac. In 1998, he was 36 years old, and sadly, he passed away on June 7, 2003 at the age of 40. A.J. Jagwidon is played by John M. Jackson. He's a no-nonsense, rough CEO and a former Navy SEAL, but has always been supported by the people. When he announced his retirement, JAG employees were saddened by the loss of his leadership and friendship. He loved baseball and once mentioned that he was recruited by the Cleveland Indians, but turned down the contract to serve his country in wartime. In 1996, he was 46 years old and now he's 72 years old. Jason Tinner is played by Chuck Carrington. He was the most powerful assistant he had ever had. He has a half-brother, Edward Parksey, a gay man who once accused Sergeant Galindez of homophobic behavior. Tinner is usually part of the comics in JAG headquarters. In 1997, he was 29 years old and now he's 54 years old. Lieutenant Lauren Singer is played by Nancy Chambers. She is an ambitious JAG supporter. Singer has been consumed by constant efforts to develop her career at the expense of the people around her. She often conflicts with other characters. Harm doesn't trust her. Mac is horrified to have to prosecute a case in which Singer is the lead attorney. In 1997, she was 34 years old and now she's 59 years old. Commander Amy Huffman is played by Jennifer Savage. She's a member of the JAG Corps, assigned to the judiciary. She's a fair-minded person who often listens to Harm's legal arguments and tries to make sure that both sides have the right arguments. In 2000, she was 48 years old and now she's 70 years old. Thank you for watching the whole video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel and press the bell to wait for our next videos.